How can we be sure of the Bible? How can we be sure of what's in the Bible? From the outside, it looks like old men with pointy hats decided what you and I should have in the Bible. And it seems like some sinister secret society that put things together and just Christians have been dependent on the Bible for centuries. How can we as Christians be sure what's in the Bible is what is supposed to be God inspired and God written? How do we know this? I mean, it seems like a bunch of old men with pointy hats that had some power, that just tried to put some sinister spin on, working out some secret deals in some dark, secret little alleyways or dark rooms. It sounds more like the Dark Crystal than it does trying to work out what is in the Bible. I mean, who gets to decide what goes in the Bible anyway? You or I, or somebody that has power, that has money, that has influence, that has some secret agenda that just pushed their theory rather than someone else's? So to know someone's letters that they send someone should actually go into the Bible. It should be from a prophet of God. It should show the acts of God, and it all should show that person was a witness to Jesus and his acts and his time on this earth. Acts, when it was written, was also cited by the apostles themselves during their lifetime. Paul, when he wrote his first Corinthians letter, it was only 55 AD or there around about. That's only 25 years after Jesus' death. Biblical scholars and even atheists themselves agree that that timeline is correct. I mean, this is where it all gets all Dan Brown and Da Vinci Code, is that he says that the Council of Nicaea was put together by the Emperor Constantine, and everyone got together with so much influence, and the church just pushed their agenda, and they had some secret society that this agenda was to force them to more money maybe, or to just add their influence. In 325 AD, the church didn't wield much power. It was only 12 years prior to that the Romans actually stopped persecuting Christians. They stopped killing them, giving them to lions and lighting them in garden parties. So they didn't have much power at all. The council was put together because there were protests in the street. People were saying things contrary to what the Bible was saying, say, about the Trinity. One thing Rome can't stand is division. I feel like the cover-up is actually Dan Brown and everybody else that says that this is where the books of the Bible were decided. But no, what Dan Brown and everybody else who has conspiracy theories forgets is that by the time it came to the Nicene Council, the books had already been decided. Well, at least 95% anyway. There was a few there like Revelation that was still, should we put it in or not? But most of them had been decided. So to try and say that this council had anything to do with trying to put in some secret agenda and rejecting something that was against whatever they said is not true. It was 325 AD. So for the last 200 to 300 years, the Christians have been persecuted with the threat of death. The Bible was written by blood and not by a bunch of sketches in the Council of Nicaea. However, there were other letters that they would go, you can have those, but you can't have the good ones. These books had been honed over time, so everybody knew which ones were the good ones and which were the bad ones. So the Council of Nicaea did not decide what goes into the Bible. Everybody who was under threat of death decided what goes into these books. If you had a letter from Paul or from Luke or something like that you treasured, and you knew that if it were fall under the hands of Rome would be destroyed, and your faith was so strong that you just wanted to keep it and stop. So Christians under the threat of death decided these books. They decided what goes into the books of the Bible. They're the ones that decided, not the council at 325 AD. There was already written evidence of what should go into the Bible, and these are the specific letters that we should be choosing, and these are the ones that are the Gospels, and these are the ones that we should be treasuring, and these are from the apostles themselves. They knew who could smell a rat, and if you're going to be killed for it, you're not going to give your life up for something that's just a bunch of rhetoric. It wasn't until 476 AD that the church gained any power, and that was because of the fall of Rome, and the church filled that void. That was 163 years later than the Nicene Council. 163. That's 163 years since persecution of Christians stopped. 163 years. That was when Charles Darwin wrote his Origin of Species. That was when Queen Victoria was already in 20 years of her 64-year reign. That was also, and get this, when the first time the words boyfriend and girlfriend were written in the paper. I know. It wasn't till the 16th century, till Martin Luther posted some letters up on a door, that the Roman Catholics had to answer this. And to answer that, they started adding some books back into the Bible. Now that is a different story altogether. Go do something awesome for God, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you want to see more biblical myth busting, click on one of the videos below, or if you want to catch some in the future, click Morning Star TV, subscribe.